Meet Alex. Alex is the kind of person everyone calls brilliant. Top of the class, working in a competitive job, always ready with a quick, clever answer. Friends joke that Alex is a human computer, someone who can solve any problem with sheer intelligence. But there is something Alex cannot see yet. Intelligence tests how well you can think. It does not guarantee that you will think wisely when it matters most. One evening, Alex is watching the news. A famous politician, educated at elite universities, has just destroyed a lifelong career with a scandal and a clumsy cover-up. Commentators keep repeating the same question: how can someone that smart be that stupid? Later, Alex reads about experts who defended a fake scientific claim for years, and a celebrated professional who risked everything for a reckless personal decision. These are not people with low ability. They are some of the brightest minds of their time, behaving in ways that seem breathtakingly foolish. The pattern is disturbing. Very smart people, spectacularly bad decisions. Alex feels a quiet discomfort. If intelligence does not guarantee wise behavior for them, what about everyone else? This is Alex's call to adventure. Maybe being smart is not the same as being wise. Maybe there is something deeper to understand about why smart people can be so stupid. At first, Alex pushes the thought away. That cannot be me. I am rational. I know how to avoid bad mistakes. In reality, smart people are often better at rationalizing their own mistakes. They build complicated stories to defend bad choices, instead of using their intelligence to question themselves. The same ability that solves hard problems can become a weapon that protects harmful beliefs. Confused and curious, Alex dives into psychology, searching for answers. The mentors that appear are not wizards, but ideas and research findings about intelligence and judgment. First, Alex meets the idea that stupidity is not the same as low intelligence. In this view, so-called stupidity often means a gap between what someone could do and what they actually do in real situations. It is the failure to use your abilities when life puts you to the test. Another mentor is the concept of the fixed mindset. People who believe that intelligence is fixed feel constant pressure to look smart and to avoid anything that might reveal weakness. They reject feedback, run away from challenges, and over time they become less effective, even if their raw intelligence stays the same. Alex also discovers a crucial distinction. Intelligence and rationality are not the same thing. A person can score very high on traditional intelligence tests and still think in irrational, self-defeating ways, in daily life, in business, or in relationships. Alex reads about foolishness as the opposite of wisdom, not the opposite of intelligence. Foolishness shows up when people fail to balance short-term desires, long-term goals, and the common good. A person may be brilliant in analysis and still be foolish because they ignore consequences, ethical limits, or signals from their environment. These ideas hit Alex hard. If intelligence is only one part of the story, then being smart is no guarantee of wise behavior. The real question becomes, how do smart people misuse their intelligence? With this, Alex crosses a threshold. The belief, "I am smart, so I am safe," begins to crumble. In its place appears a new, more unsettling thought. My beliefs, my emotions, and my social environment can make me act stupidly even with high intelligence. Alex starts to examine everyday life with new eyes. At work, Alex refuses projects that feel risky, especially those that might expose weaknesses. In the new language Alex has learned, this is not careful planning, it is the fixed mindset at work. When feedback arrives, Alex finds clever explanations to dismiss it. The problem is the client, or the deadline, or the colleague, never Alex's own choices. Intelligence is doing the job of a bodyguard, protecting the ego, instead of helping growth. Soon, life begins to test Alex. These tests will reveal whether the new insights remain theory or become real behavior. The first test is a tempting shortcut, A friend offers Alex a high-reward investment. Many influential people are already in. The presentation is full of confidence and urgency. The message is clear. Only fools stay out. Alex feels the pull of social pressure and greed. Stories of smart people who ignored obvious warning signs because the crowd was already committed come back to mind. The rational part says, slow down, ask hard questions. The emotional part says, do not miss this chance. The second test is an attack on ego. Alex's boss suggests a training course in an area where Alex is clearly weak. Logically, it is a gift, a chance to improve. Emotionally, it feels like an insult, a threat to the identity of being the smart one. People with a fixed view of intelligence often see this kind of suggestion as proof that they are not good enough. Instead of learning, they try to protect their image, and in the long run, they fall behind. Alex recognizes this pattern starting to appear inside. The third test is emotional. In a close relationship, Alex feels rejected and embarrassed by a small comment. Anger rises quickly. Old memories and fears wake up. The mind prepares sharp, painful words. Alex remembers that strong emotions create a hot state where self-control becomes fragile. Even very intelligent people can destroy careers and families in a few minutes because they cannot cool down before acting. In all these tests, Alex faces the same choice: use intelligence to justify an impulsive defensive reaction, or use intelligence to slow down, question automatic thoughts, and choose a wiser path. The real ordeal arrives at work. Alex discovers a serious error in a high-stakes project. If nothing is done, the mistake will harm clients and damage the company. Fixing it means admitting the fault to the entire team. Hiding it might work, at least for a while. Inside, a storm begins. Fear of looking incompetent, shame, anxiety about status and reputation. The old belief whispers, smart people do not make obvious mistakes. If you admit this, they will see you as a fraud. Many disasters caused by smart people did not start with one huge evil choice. They started with a small decision to hide a problem, followed by another and another. Intelligence then became a tool for covering tracks, not for correcting the path. After a long, silent struggle, Alex takes a breath and chooses the hard path. The next morning, Alex tells the team about the mistake, explains what happened, and presents a concrete plan to fix it. There is a long pause in the room. Alex waits for humiliation, but something different happens. The team respects the honesty. They focus on solutions. They share responsibility for the process that allowed the error to pass. For Alex, this is a turning point. The experience proves that wise behavior, even when it feels risky, protects more than the fake safety of denial. Intelligence, combined with humility and self-control, becomes a force for repair and growth, not for self-deception. After the ordeal, Alex begins to practice new habits on purpose. The goal is no longer to appear smart. The goal is to behave wisely. First, Alex adopts a more flexible view of intelligence. Abilities are treated as skills that can develop with effort, strategy, and feedback, not as fixed traits. Criticism becomes information. Challenges become training. Second, Alex trains self-regulation. Before sending an angry message, Alex pauses, takes a breath, and sometimes waits an entire day. Simple techniques like reframing the situation or imagining how it will look in 5 years help cool down the hot state. Third, Alex starts looking for blind spots. In politics, in money, in personal relationships, Alex asks, where am I most likely to fool myself? These are the domains where beliefs and identity are strong, and where intelligence often becomes a lawyer for the ego. A new challenge appears when a close friend presents a seductive story that flatters Alex's worldview. The narrative feels exciting. It makes Alex and the friend feel like the only people who truly understand what is going on. In the past, Alex would have embraced the story instantly, using intelligence to defend it, attack critics, and gather selective evidence. Now, Alex notices the emotional pull, the social pressure to agree, and the pleasure of feeling special. Instead of reacting automatically, Alex asks two simple questions. What evidence would actually change my mind? And is my intelligence working for truth or just for my pride? This moment is like a small resurrection. Alex is still smart, but the relationship with intelligence has changed. Cleverness is no longer the hero. Wisdom is. Alex returns to the ordinary world with a difficult but powerful message. Being smart does not mean being safe from stupidity. The real danger is using intelligence to defend bad beliefs, protect ego, and chase short-term rewards while ignoring long-term consequences. The real advantage comes when intelligence works together with humility, self-control, and the willingness to learn. That combination does not just prevent spectacular mistakes, it builds the kind of quiet, lasting success that does not need constant protection. In the end, Alex learns a simple truth. If you want to avoid the kind of errors that ruin smart people, stop worshiping intelligence alone. Start training wisdom every single day.